America's middle class cannot afford a 7-year car loan or a 4-year lease. That is absolutely unacceptable. I'll tell you everything you need to know and nothing you don't. You want to hear more? Stay right with us. Welcome back to the channel. This is Car Coach Reports. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is 4-Minute Friday. Here's what's going on in your automotive world. This week's episode is brought to you by Hertz Rental Cars. Check out the sweepstakes they have. A Hendrix, Camaro, SS, or ZL1 is going to be given away, plus a lot of other goodies. All the details are on Hertz.com website. Check it out. You could be the big winner. Walking into an auto dealership today, you could be walking out with a 7-year car loan or a 4-year lease. That is ridiculous. That makes vehicles actually unaffordable. Why dealers help you get into the right car, help you decide the things that you want and that you need. You go to that F&I guy, that finance and insurance person, they slide that paper across the desk, and you're thinking you're getting a great deal because they were able to meet your payments, whether that's a lease or a loan. Well, make sure to check out the term, because what they're not telling you is if you have a 7-year loan, you may find yourself upside down. That means at the end of 7 years, you paid more for the vehicle than it's actually worth. And having a lease that goes for 48 months is also a very bad choice. Don't let a salesperson or a finance person tell you that they can stretch out the terms to make the payments affordable. That is a horrible way to buy a car, and here's why. Can you imagine your monthly car payments lasting longer than a set of tires or brake pads? Well, that can happen. Or your payments on your vehicle are longer than the warranty on your vehicle, and that happens a lot. Look at your warranty. Many of them are 3 or 36,000 miles, some are 5-year 50,000 miles, and even 2 brands go 10-year 100,000 miles. Those might be the only 2 brands where the warranty actually outlasts your payments. And that can cost you, because if you have a problem and you're still making payments on a vehicle and you still have 1 more year of lease payments or 3 more years of car payments, that expense is on you. And that can be a problem. Of course, we are excluding technical service bulletins and recalls. So why are finance guys and dealerships putting you in this position, offering you 7-year loans and 4-year leases? Incomes have risen, but certainly not at the rate of a new car. The average new car is $36,800. That comes from Kelley Blue Book. They do track all that information. New technologies and new safety features, they can add up. And then we see all the cool stuff, the new audio systems, the new safety features, the Wi-Fi on the car, the massaging seats, and it starts to get more and more expensive. And that car's on the lot. We can make you a deal today. It was a demo model. And you start thinking, oh, I can afford this, and they stretch that payment out. Once you sign on that bottom line, it's hard to go backwards. You can't really get out of a lease unless you use swap a lease. You can't really get out of a loan because you're going to find yourself upside down when your payments are so small and your interest on that payment is so high. That's where you get yourself in trouble. The lending machine has revved up. Dealers know that if they're going to sell these great high-end cars that are costing more and more, they need to make it affordable for consumers. Great. So they offer you these great opportunities to get into a car. Well, you better plan on keeping it a long time. That 7-year period may have the vehicle at the end of the time worth substantially less than what you paid into it. So you have to look at the total amount that you're paying into it and the huge amount of those finance rates. And that goes true also when it comes to leasing. Why would you want to lease a vehicle for 4 years when the lease typically runs out of warranty at 3, and then you're responsible for maintenance costs and anything that's outside of warranty during that last year that you're driving the vehicle? The availability of loans creates the illusion that you can afford more car than you think you can. That's where you got to watch it. That's where you got to watch what I always say, with the big print giveth, that small print always taketh away. Here's an interesting fact from Edmunds.com that 1/3 of car buyers who trade in their vehicle are upside down, means they have more debt in the vehicle than it's worth. That's a problem. And know what they do with it? They roll that debt into the next car payment, because we're going to make that work for you. You can drive that car right off the lot. You got to be careful. Not that they're used car salesmen. They're looking to sell vehicles. I get that. And it's up to you to be aware not to buy more vehicle than you should. So what can you do? Here's some tips. Don't put yourself underwater. Never make yourself car poor. My mother used to say, don't make yourself car poor. Don't buy more than you can afford. It's sort of like having big eyes at a restaurant. Yeah, I want to have the pizza and the wings and all this extra stuff, but you realize you really can't eat that much. Don't put yourself in that position. First off, find out what you can really afford. Make sure you look at the numbers of what the actual asset is and what the actual finances are. And if you don't know what you're doing, there's tons of websites to help you, or I'm sure you could ask an accountant or a friend who's really good with numbers, because you will find that if you find yourself upside down owing more money than it's worth, it's almost impossible to get out of it. I get emails every day from people that watch me and ask me questions. How do I get out of this lease? How do I get out of this payment that's super huge? Well, the first thing you can do is consider a certified pre-owned. Look at used cars. And if you're going to buy a certified pre-owned, buy it from the brand on that lot. You're going to buy a used Audi, go to an Audi dealer. A used Ford, a Ford dealer. Don't buy a Ford at a GM dealer lot, because you're not going to get the same warranty and the same attention. Yeah, the vehicles are good, but it's not the same thing. It's best to buy a certified pre-owned from that same brand. They will back it up and they'll protect you. Another way to save money is to look at credit unions. If you're a member of a credit union, you're a veteran, there's all kinds of great places like USAA. Go to your credit unions, check with your local bank, find out all the finance rates before you make a decision. And if you really have bad credit, you're better off keeping your used vehicle, keeping it maintained. Be car care aware, because October is Fall Car Care Month, and I'll be doing a lot of television with that throughout the month, helping people maintain their vehicles. Believe it or not, the average life of a car on the road today is 12 years old. That's pretty old, because a lot of people are getting wise and they're saving their money, and you can do the same thing. Don't find yourself upside down. Don't find yourself buying too much car, or a 7-year car loan is a no-go. A 4-year lease is a do not do. So hopefully that'll help you get some car smarts. Also, check out all of our social media channels. You'll find that we'll be driving a Lamborghini Urus. We'll be on Fox and Friends showing you some super SUVs and some great car care tips to help you save even more money. Check out some of the other videos on things that we've just done, including the reveal of the Corvette convertible. All social media is down below. We appreciate your comments. We do answer, and if you have a question, please ask. I'll be happy to answer it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next week.